We always talk about the Labour Party and how their idiotic policies never work, some of them don't even care about the country or ordinary working class people and just want to take advantage. But today let's talk about two other political parties that are two of the most dishonest parties that we have. The SNP in Scotland and the Liberal Democrats. Firstly, let's expose the SNP because yesterday in the House of Commons we had one of the Tory MPs exposing the SNP's hypocrisy and idiocy. Because the SNP are claiming that the UK Parliament are taking away powers from Scotland. In reality, that's not happening. The powers belong to the European Union, and these are the policies that the SNP don't even know about. Let's go and watch this clip, and then we'll actually analyse it as we go on.
Still, I've never heard a single SNP member be able to articulate in this power grab what powers are being grabbed. Because if it is a power grab, there must be powers currently held by the Scottish Parliament, enacted by the Scottish Government on behalf of the people of Scotland, that we, the UK Government, are taking away. So I am going to give way to the Honourable Gentleman for Stirling, because he will be the first SNP member ever, Madam Deputy Speaker, who is able to explain a power held by Holyrood that the UK Government is going to grab away from them. I look forward to that.
Well, now this is the chance that the SNP have to actually say what sort of powers are Westminster grabbing from Scotland? Let's see.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I'm grateful to the gentleman for giving way. The Shared Prosperity Fund has been mentioned by every speaker on these benches who has spoken thus far. Now, to those gentlemen, ladies present who do not know that, it's the European succession to the EU funding mechanism that the Scottish Government and local government has used productively for 20-odd years to encourage economic growth. Currently, the proposal is that the UK Government is going to take over that funding and control it from London via the Scotland office. That is a power grab in surely any objective sense of the word.
He literally asked what powers. He used the Shared Prosperity Fund. That was the European Union. So while we were a member, this was controlled by Brussels. Now that we've left the EU, this is going to be controlled by the United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom's government is based in Westminster. This did not belong to Holyrood or Scotland or the SNP government. That was a lie.
The search goes on, so I'll keep asking them, because what the Honourable Gentleman has just described is a power that is currently held by the European Union, that the United Kingdom is going to get back because we chose in a referendum to leave the European Union, which the Scottish National Party would want to give back to the European Union. So attempt number 2, Madam Deputy Speaker, I'll give way to the Chief Whip from the SNP.
Well, Douglas Ross is pretty good, actually, in terms of as a parliamentarian. He's a very good Tory MP, and he actually gave another chance to another SNP MP, their Chief Whip, to come up with another example.
The principle of the devolution settlement is that if it ain't if it ain't reserved, if it's not scheduled in the Scotland Act 1999, then it's devolved. They are scheduling these powers that should come from Europe, as he says to the Scottish Parliament, and they are grabbing them and keeping them here in Westminster. That is a power grab.
It's not, Madam Deputy Speaker. I was very clear. I'll try and be clearer for honourable members from the SNP if they need me to be. Can any SNP member explain just one, not 10 or hundreds, but just one power that the 129 MSPs in the Scottish Parliament currently have powers over, that the current Scottish Government have powers over, that during this power grab, somehow the...
But that's the whole point. So Douglas is right. And I don't think the SNP MPs, or the whole party generally, are that stupid. They know what they're saying, they know what they're doing, and they're being exposed for their lies. They've been going around Scotland telling Scottish voters that the Westminster is this whole power-grabbing situation, and they're taking away our laws from... It's the European Union, guys. It's the European Union, and the powers are coming back to the UK. Now, this was the SNP. Let's go to the next one. Sir Ed Davey and the Liberal Democrats. He was completely destroyed this morning on Julia Hartley-Brewer's show on Talk Radio because they were talking about the NHS and Public Health England, their failure during this whole lockdown situation, and he was blaming the government for everything, even though the decisions came from the NHS and Public Health England. Let's watch this and come back.
There has been a complete failure of this government. They have been
Oh, no.
shambolic
The
from
NHS,
start
no.
to
The
finish.
NHS made a lot of those decisions, and Public Health England made a
Don't-
lot of decisions as
Don't
well.
do Boris
No,
Johnson's.
no.
you're doing what, number
I've
10?
been very
Are you
critical.
In the pay of number 10, Julia? Because you're doing
Excuse
just what they
me.
want.
Excuse me. How dare you ask that
Well,
question?
I dare,
How
Julia.
dare you? I have
you're
been.
doing their
Hey,
job for them.
well, I'm sure they felt that when.
In case you missed that, Ed Davey accused Julia Hartley-Brewer of being funded by Boris Johnson and the central government. Yeah, apparently Julia is now being paid by Boris Johnson. And also, that smug-looking, that giggle. They're talking about something very important, a serious issue about what's been happening with health. And just remember Ed Davey giggling, because towards the end he's going to change his mind. He's going to become serious just to show that he cares.
That Dominic Cummings lose his job. No, I'm saying I've been very critical. I had the health secretary on yesterday criticising him about the lack of
I'm
the PPE.
delighted to hear it. I must have missed the programme.
Well, yes, you should probably listen to my show. You'd probably learn more, sir. No, I speak as I find. I think the government has done a number of things wrong. I think they've done a number of things right. But crucially, we can't just say everything's the fault of the government. A lot of these were decisions that were taken by public health or by NHS. Now, that doesn't mean the government should say, we're going to do it away. But it's going to be a lot of blame over a lot of different people.
Well, first of all, Julia, Public Health England answers directly to the Secretary of State for Health. It's the one part of the health service that responds to the health secretary.
So you're saying
So,
the NHS doesn't? So you're saying, so you just made
no. Let me help you out. There are parts of the NHS that are in an independent organisation.
Okay, so that apart from that patronising, and if we were left wing, we would say, "How dare you, mansplaining?" Let me help you out here. Well, he's completely wrong anyway, because the scrutiny, yes, of course, the Minister of Health and the government are accountable, always. But there should always also be accountability inside the NHS and inside Public Health England. And until now, we've had a situation where when things go right, we clap for the workers. When things go wrong, well, we have to find some politician to blame. Obviously, politicians are also to be blamed. But what about the management, the senior management in Public Health England and in the NHS, the people who decide and make all these mistakes? Ed Davey doesn't care about that.
It's true. But Public Health England is the one bit that isn't.
And the NHS's decision to send people back to care homes without giving them tests?
Well, one of the reasons we need an inquiry, Julia, is so we can find out who made that decision. Well, because I'm not sure. Do you know who made that decision?
Well, we've been told that it was the NHS. That was an NHS policy.
Let's find out who decided that policy, shall we? That's why you have an inquiry.
I'm perfectly happy to have an inquiry, but I'm pointing out that the inquiry may point fingers at a lot more people other than just the government.
Maybe, but that's why.
So you've just agreed with me then? Are you in the pay of the government, Sir Ed?
No, don't be silly. I mean, you're just being very silly now, Julia. Let's get back to the reality.
But that's the thing. So Julia is absolutely right. The decision to not have people have tests and then send them back to care homes, and the situation got worse. Do you really think that decision was made by Matt Hancock? That would be massive micromanagement. That doesn't work. It was a senior management inside the NHS and Public Health England in charge of testing who messed it up, and they should answer. And this is the point where Ed Davey says, "Oh, don't be silly, Julia." Now he's going to stop giggling. He's going to stop, making jokes, and he's going to become serious to show that, oh, it's Julia who's being silly and is laughing around, to pretend that he now finally cares about the issue.
Over 40,000 people have died. And there are hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, you've made that point.
Well, yes, but it's the point. It's why I don't want all this jokiness. This is a very serious issue. It's why I've been raising it.
I'm sorry.
And our economy is in real trouble, and we need to take this rather more seriously. And let me tell you one of the things that really worries me.
We're all taking this very seriously. Thank you very much.
In 2016, the government held a simulation into what.
So that's the thing. They always do this. People on the left always do this. The moment they lose an argument, they either personally insult you, or they take the emotional route and suddenly become moral, and they say, "Oh no, I care. Let's take it seriously. Stop giggling. Stop laughing." You were literally laughing 30 seconds before you realised that you're losing the debate. And this is, typical, absolute typical, classic Lib Dem and Ed Davey. So yeah, today's video, it was just to expose they're two stupid parties, the SNP and the Liberal Democrats, for who they actually are. Because we talk a lot about the Labour Party on this channel, and you'll never find any of this and this analysis on the mainstream media. So thanks for watching, and make sure to support the channel, obviously subscribe, and click on the bell next to it. But become a member, check out the link in the description, or go on youtube.com/myatc/join. You'll find various perks, the weekly Q&As, we have a weekly video podcast, Zoom video calls with the members, priority access to me, and yeah, a lot of other things that we're going to be adding as well. So make sure to check it out and follow me on social media. I'm MyATC. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video.